As Jasper said, every gem is created with one sole purpose, to serve the Order of the Diamonds. Those who don't fit the mold must be purged. And this line of dialogue finally came into play with the off colors. So it begs the question, who was the original diamond? Pink Diamond. It was Pink Diamond. Roll the end card. Thanks for watching another video. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about today on Crystal Clear. Don't forget we have our Blue Diamond I'm Always Feeling Blue t-shirt available until July 9th. After July 9th, it's probably gone forever. Whether if you want it white, blue, women's fit, long sleeve, be sure to grab one. Also a reminder that if you support us on Patreon, for each tier there's a higher coupon code. And if you select our diamond tier, not only do you get 50% off, but you get a channel and social media shout out in addition to the rest of our Patreon perks. Link to the shirt and our Patreon in the description. Hey guys, Ostrich Fox here. It's been about a month since Steven Universe Wanted aired on television and took us all by storm. The special also introduced a handful of new characters. Not only did we get the Zircons, but we got the introduction of the off colors. Now fluorite makes things a bit tricky, being composed of 6 different gems. While some of those gemstones seem like familiar cuts, there are others that aren't familiar. They very well could be gems that aren't introduced yet in the show. Because of that, I think it's a safe bet that fluorite hails from gems across all the courts. At least the well-established ones, yellow, blue, pink. We still haven't seen a gem from White Diamond's court at this point in time. With that being said, I want to get straight to the point. I believe the off-color gems all serve Pink Diamond. These are remnants of Pink Diamond's court that weren't reassigned. And I believe the show has dropped several clues to this. There's a lot more than meets the eye with all these gems. They may not be needed by a homeworld, but they once were. And while we haven't seen their potential yet, they could all prove very useful to the crystal gems. But first, let's explore why they belong to Pink Diamond. First of all, I think the most apparent thing is they all share similar color schemes to gems that we know were under Pink Diamond's court. Rhodonite is a fusion comprised of a pink pearl and a ruby. Rubies, of course, being red. Red and pink being in the same color family. Now, we've seen rubies can be on any court. There are rubies who assisted Sapphire when she went to go see Blue Diamond. Our main Ruby squad serves Yellow Diamond. Combine that with what we know from the trial, Pink Diamond had an entourage with her when she was shattered, so it's very likely that Eyeball was in that entourage. Which means Eyeball was a part of Pink Diamond's court. Rhodonite also states that once Morganite found out, they were quickly replaced. This statement indicates not only did a Morganite own a pearl, but that Morganite also owned a ruby, revealing that just like pearls, a gem can own a ruby. They can be assigned to certain missions, like in The Answer, but it appears a gem can also own one full time, likely as muscle. And a quick search on Google Image will show that a Morganite is typically pink, definitely the definitive color for this gem. So I'm going to go on a justified limb here and say Morganite was a gem under Pink Diamond's court. However, I haven't seen many people argue that Rhodonite wasn't on Pink Diamond's court. Now let's look at Pat Paracha's Sapphire. Now, due to the color scheme in the Abandoned Kindergarten homeworld, it appears that Pat Paracha looks pretty orange. She has orange reddish shoes to her. However, looking up images of an actual Pat Paracha Sapphire, we see that Pat Paracha Sapphires do exist with orange hue, however more images come up of pinker, redder Pat Paracha Sapphires. Mostly pink. And as we found out from episodes like Earthlings, Back to the Moon, and That Will Be All, Jaspers were a cut of gem that were on Pink Diamond's court. Although I don't know if they're originally exclusive to Pink Diamond's court, because I feel like orange can also go under Yellow Diamond's court just fine. I mean, for the longest time, we just assumed Jasper was on Yellow Diamond's court. Her belonging to Pink was a complete shock. So while I'm sure people can make the argument that she was under Yellow Diamond's court, looking from what we can gather in the show and in reality, I think Pink Diamond's court is a safer bet. Now moving on to the Rutile twins, this is a lot more simple. They're red, as established earlier, red, pink, same color family. However, what I elaborate on supports that they're under Pink's court outside of just her color. Finally, there's fluorite, the fusion currently comprising of 6 gemstones. That's insane. Like I said, I believe fluorite is made from gems that vary from all the diamond's courts. However, we do see some pink in fluorite and purple, colors of gems that are again of course associated with Pink Diamond, purple being the color of amethyst. But let's go beyond color. I feel like another major hint that these gems are under Pink Diamond's court ties back to the location of where they assemble, a location where they seem to be hiding out for a while. It wasn't just the Abandoned Kindergarten homeworld, but specifically the actual area they go to. Once Steven and Lars crash land Blue Diamond's Palanquin, they observe the area. When they encounter the shattering Robonoids, we see a statue that depicts a gem, and the gemstone's cut is very similar to a rose quartz, which tells me rose quartzes weren't made on Earth at first, that they're actually rose quartzes made on Homeworld. While we've seen many gems with similar shapes of their gemstones, the actual cut has never been duplicated, so I don't see why this wouldn't be a rose quartz. Not too long after, they encounter the Rutile twins, who approach them and offer to take them to a place long forgotten, except they were already in this abandoned kindergarten. Isn't that already a place long forgotten? They then navigate their way to a very particular part of the kindergarten, labeled by gem language, and I actually hope we get some kind of translation guide to these letters. We saw them throughout Pink Diamond Zoo. We know that Centipedo's letters were written in the gem language. If Gravity Falls can give us an alphabet to decode all of their weird mumbo jumbo, why can't Steven Universe? Come on, Universe, I'm waiting. We don't have the exact origin story of how the Off-Colors as a group came to be quite yet. However, they were all made in Pink Diamond's court on Homeworld, a planet they claim to know inside and out. Why wouldn't they go back to their creation? And I imagine all of Pink Diamond's gems would have been made in the same area of the kindergarten, an area reserved specifically for Pink Diamond. For all we know, they all could have met by complete accident, just coming here because that's where they were created. If they're outcasted by Homeworld, then just hide underground. And with Pink Diamond shattered, of course her kindergarten area is going to be long forgotten. There's no need to check up on it. No new gems are going to be made for a fallen diamond. Although that may not be true considering what we know about Jasper and her conception. Still hope we get clarification if Jasper was made before or after Pink Diamond was shattered, considering she was her original diamond. Finally, I feel like all the off-colors so far have majority been under Pink Diamond's court. It's almost like a running theme, and that's why a lot of people, including myself, are considering the possibility of Pink Diamond being an off-color gem. That in some way or another, Pink Diamond was defective. I've already done a theory about that if you want to check it out about Pink Diamond being overcooked. But let's just think about it. Rose Quartz defected from Homeworld literally started a rebellion. That probably warrants label off-color, or traitor, scum, the list goes on. From what we can gather, Amethyst was going to be under Pink Diamond's court. And well, she was overcooked. She's a lot smaller than other Amethysts, and for the longest time, she struggled with that. And then when we finally see more of Amethyst's family, her kindergarten, the Famethyst, well, look at them. You can tell now all of them came out right, if not a majority of them. Yeah, a handful look fine, but there's one that's hair turns into a curly lock. And when Blue Diamond returns to the zoo, Holly Blue Agate exclaims, "Even you hideous off-color betas." Carnelian said she's not the shortest anymore, and we even met Skinny Jasper. I don't think Jaspers are supposed to look like that. Hell, from what we know from the Rubies, I don't think any of the Jaspers we saw in the Beta Kindergarten were supposed to look like, well, Jaspers. All Rubies look the same, at least when talking about their facial structure. Their appearance modifiers is what makes the difference, and of course the personality and gem placement. But you can't say the same for a lot of the Famethyst. They all have different facial structures, eyes, hues, even their eyebrows vary. And while I appreciate them from a design standpoint not having them all look the same, we're not sure how the Diamonds felt about them since they're relegated to the human zoo, which Holly Blue Agate stated isn't visited very often. She thought they were forgotten until Blue Diamond visited them twice in like a day. There's a consistent theme with Pink Diamond's court in particular just not fitting the mold. And it really makes you think, when we finally get a flashback, how is Pink Diamond herself gonna be? Her court being portrayed in this light doesn't make me think she's gonna be 100% perfect. I mean, if one of the Diamonds truly didn't want to get rid of her and orchestrate her shattering, her being off-color by their standards, it's probably a pretty good reason to dispose of her. Needless to say, can I get a gem or flashback because it's taking way too long at this point and I just need to know. For one reason or another, the off-colors were brought together. I like to think it's because they were all under Pink Diamond's court. Maybe in the reality of the show, it was just destiny. Regardless of the reason, I see them being pretty pivotal in the overall story of Steven Universe. Not only would they provide more muscle, but Pink Diamond's core has been shown to be quite powerful. I mean, Jasper shattered, or at least took out, 80 crystal gems the day she emerged. Right from the start, she was a fierce warrior. We see from both Rose Quartz and Steven that they are very overpowered gems. They can raise the dead. And just looking from our Pearl alone, Pearls ain't no joke, they're capable of being fighters. So while we didn't see the off-colors put up much of the fight against the shattering Rubinoids, it doesn't mean they're not capable of it at all. We're not too sure of Rutile's position on Homeworld, or role of a Rutile, her abilities, or even her weapon. But Pink Diamond's court appears to be fire-based, looking at Amethyst and Jasper's, so perhaps she's capable of igniting a few flames. We've seen that rubies have arsenals of weapons, and we know that pearls can summon weapons too, so I really hope Rhodonite can produce something amazing and blow us all away. If they are using Rhodonite's existence to show us what a Ruby and Pearl future will look like without our rubies and pearls fusing, then maybe Rhodonite's Pearl and Ruby has a spear and gauntlets respectively, and we'll actually see what weapon that would have made. While Pat Parachik can only predict things that just happened, while a lot of people are predicting, oh, maybe she can see further into the past and even find out how Pink Diamond was truly shattered, I think she would act as a good spider sense in a way. Perhaps they can hone that ability so she can see when danger is nearby, when a diamond is approaching. Like, oh, Yellow Diamond just opened the entrance to the kindergarten. She's coming our way right now. As for Fluorite, while she moves, acts, and overall conducts herself in a really slow manner due to being comprised of so many gems, I'm just assuming that many gems can produce something immensely powerful. It's just a matter of having enough time to use that power, since again, she has to take time to process everything that's going on around her. But I definitely think she can be a powerhouse. But these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours, so please comment down below. Do you think the Aquacolors belong to Pink Diamond's court, and what abilities do you think they have? Their role in the story? And who's your favorite? Y'all know Paparacha's mine. Let's get a discussion going in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, it really helps us out. Please consider subscribing to us on Patreon, and if you touch our diamond tier, we'll even shout your channel, social media, whatever you need pimped out, we'll shout out on this channel, on a crystal clear video, for many eyes to see. You'll also get stuff such as coupon codes, early access to videos, some behind the scenes stuff, and so much more. Also, if you can, follow us on Twitter, at RoundtableVids, and if you want to follow us on any other social media, such as Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, the links to all that is in the description below. And even join our Discord. While there is a Discord server exclusive for patrons, our public Discord is big, busy, and beautiful. The 3 Bs. You can also check our website at RoundtableVids, built by our very own Matt Baker. Again, links to everything in the description. Awestruck Vox, signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meaning Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.